Hi everyone, and welcome to day 3 of our week 3 of our basic mat classes. So we're just going to start with a balance exercise. So also we probably will use a towel again in the class, so just make sure that you've got a towel handy for when we do our stretches and some inner thigh work with the towel. So we're just going to start with some Superman stretch first for balance. So we want to make sure that we're standing with plenty of space out the back, that we're not going to kick the floor. Remember, if your balance isn't so good, you can keep your back leg on the floor as you go into it rather than lifting up off the floor. So holding from here, breathing in to prepare, lengthening up through the spine. As we breathe out, we're going to take the right leg back behind as we reach the arms forward into our Superman. Try to keep the pelvis and the hips nice and square, and then use your next breath out to come back up to standing. Breathe in to prepare, changing legs, breathing out as we reach the left leg back, reach the arms forward. Find a spot to focus on, maybe just a few feet in front of your mat for your balance, and exhale as we return. Let's just go 2 more each side, breathing out as we reach. Find that spot to balance. Go a little further if you're feeling comfortable with the balance, or keep it a bit lower if not, and return. Breathing out as we switch. Hold for the breath in. Breathe out to return. Last set, breathing out, right leg reaching back. Again, trying to keep the hips square rather than rotate, and return. Breath in to prepare. Breathe out, left leg reaches back, hips square. Hold for the breath in, and breathing out to return. Brilliant. All right, arms relaxed by the sides, just going back to the end of your mat again. Going into some roll down, so a nice breath in to prepare, and as we breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest, ribs to your hips, navel to your spine as you start to roll down. Let those shoulder blades just hang and melt off the back. Take a breath in. When you come up, tuck the tailbone, scoop up through the abs, restack the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Breath in. Breathe out again, chin to chest, rounding through the spine. Imagine you're a piece of wallpaper, peeling away from that wall. Take a breath in. And now you're a fresh piece of wallpaper, lining back up. No bubbles between your spine and the wall. On the next one, we're going to come down onto the mat. So we're breathing out as we roll down. Let those arms hang nice and heavy. Soften the knees and lower yourself down onto the hands and the knees. We'll just go into a set of press-ups, and we're just going to do 5 press-ups, and our press-ups are going to be nice and slow on the way down, quicker on the way up. So we'll be breathing in to lower down over 5 seconds, and then a nice strong exhale for the lift. Make sure that you're in a nice diagonal line here. Feet are resting on the floor throughout. Hands nice and wide, or you can go on the fists if you need to. If there's a problem with your wrist, just do your plank hold position instead. So we're going to breathe in and lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, use the abs to lift up. 4 more, coming down, 2, 3, don't dip through the head or the hips, and lift. Coming down, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale to lift. 2 more, coming down, 2, 3, 4, 5, abs strong to lift. Last one, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. Great. And then press yourself back into shell stretch. Bottom onto the heels, arms stretching out in front. Let's take 2 nice breaths there, breathing in around the ribs. Breathing out, walk the fingertips a little bit further forward. 1 more breath. And release. Excellent. And then we'll come forward and just lower down into our basic plank hold position. So dropping onto the elbows and forearms. And we're just going to hold basic plank position, but if you feel comfortable in your full plank position, then come on up into your full plank position, and we're just doing 20 seconds. So let's say we've already done about 4 now, so we're going to keep that breathing going, squeeze the glutes, keep scooping up through the abs. We'll do 10 more seconds here. Make sure that we're staying strong. Connect with your inner thigh, glutes, pelvic floor for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then have a rest down. Excellent. Back to shell stretch position again. And then just walk your hands across to the right hand side of the floor. Bring your left hand on top and just give us a nice big stretch through that left side of the body. Really think about pressing your ribs out to the side on that left hand side without lifting your bottom off your heels. And then let's come across to the other side, over to the left now. Right hand coming on top again. Again, breathing in around the ribs. And slowly returning back to center. Rolling yourself slowly up into a sitting position and bringing the legs out in front. All right. And then just with the legs out straight in front, we're going to just do some half roll down. So we're going to stack up nice and tall, arms reaching out in front, palms facing in. Lengthen through the spine as we breathe in. Breathe out as we tuck the tailbone under and roll just half or 3/4 of the way down wherever you can, where you get the shake. Use your breath out to curl up, stretch over your toes, and breathe in, stack up nice and tall. 2 more, breathing out as we roll down. Pause for the breath in, and breathing out, chin to chest, navel to spine, stretch. Breathing in, stack up tall. Exhale, rolling down. Pause for the breath in. Exhale, return up. Excellent. Lower your hands down and use your hands to help you get a little bit of a stretch. The next one, we're going to pause and we're going to do some alternate arm raises. And then the idea with those is to challenge the abs, because when we lift the arm, your body naturally wants to arch your back and lift your ribs. We want to try to keep those ribs connected down. So we're going to start with the arms in front. We're going to exhale as we roll down again, focus on ribs to hips, navel to spine. Now as we inhale, we're going to raise the right hand up. As we exhale, we're going to draw it down, pull the navel to the spine. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, draw it back down. Let's just go one more each side. Draw it down, navel to spine, ribs to hips. Keep the chin lightly tucked. Hold good. Take a breath in and curl forward. Restack up nice and tall. Same again. Exhale, rolling down. Pausing there. Inhale, right hand lifts. Exhale, drawing it down. As the left hand lifts, again, watch that you're not starting to grip with your hip muscles. Okay, and we're not starting to arch the back. Lovely. Last one, take a breath in and exhale, curl forward. Stack up nice and tall, and then we're going to roll all the way down to the floor. So tuck the tailbone and slowly make your way down to the mat. Good. Now once we're there, we're just going to start again with the lower abs. So we're just going to start with some bent knee fallouts today. So hopefully you've done these ones before, but if not, the idea is that we're trying to keep the pelvis nice and steady. We want to try to avoid it tipping and rolling. So if you want to monitor this, you can either slide your hand just in behind the small of your back so you can feel that the space is even, or put your hands on top of your hip bones and again make sure that those abs are contracted and that pelvis isn't tipping. Okay, imagine like you're balancing a little marble on your stomach and you're trying to keep that steady. So Brad's opted for hands on the hips. It's great so you can feel your ab contraction and feel the pelvis. So we're going to start with your right leg first. Keep the left leg nice and steady. We're going to breathe in as we open the knee. And then we're going to breathe out as we draw it back to the center. We're going to stick with that same leg. Inhale and then exhale back. I'm going to do 3 more. Inhale, ribs down, navel to spine, draw it back. Breathe it in and exhale, draw it back. Make sure that left knee stays nice and steady and doesn't start to counterbalance. Lovely. Once we've done 5 that way, we're going to go to the other side. So left leg opens and then exhale, draw it back. Opening and exhale, draw it back. Ribs down, navel to spine. And 3 more, last 2 now. Breathing in as we open. And ribs down, navel to spine as we come back. Last one. And then we're going to alternate them. Breathing in, right leg opens. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, left leg opens. Exhale, draw it back. Make sure that you're not pushing down with your arms. Exhale, draw it back. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, draw it back. Excellent. Now, apply that same principle to single leg lifts to tabletop, because it's the same thing. Often as we lift one leg, the pelvis will want to rock towards that side. So keep your hands there monitoring. And we're going to be exhaling as we lift one leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower it back down. Then the other leg. Exhale, and then inhale, lowering down. Exhale. Keep that pelvis nice and steady. We want to feel like that pelvis is a boat sitting on a very calm sea. No rocking and tilting from side to side. Keeping that pelvis as steady as a dinghy on a nice calm ocean. Let's go one more each side here. Excellent. And then from there, as the left leg comes back down, we're going to bring the right leg up. We're going to follow it with the left leg and go into some single leg stretches. So you can keep your hands there or rest them by your sides. As we exhale, we're going to extend one leg out long, breathing in as it comes back to tabletop, and then the other side. And back to tabletop, and we'll go 6 more all up, coming back to tabletop. Good, 2 more sets. Make sure that the lower you take that leg, that you're not getting that arch in your lower back, or that the stomach's not doming out. Last set. Use those glutes as if you're pressing the wall away from you. And then once you come back in now, hug your legs back to tabletop. Have a nice little stretch, roll out the back. And we'll just do one more ab exercise in this set, which is going to be combining ab prep with a single leg stretch. So we're just going to bring our legs, again, one at a time up to tabletop, hands in behind the head. As we exhale, we're just doing a straight curl up with one leg extending, and then back down as the leg comes back in, and then the other side. And back in on the inhale. Exhale as we curl and reach. Inhale as we lower. Keep those elbows nice and open so we're not tugging on the head. Imagine you're carrying a little golf ball between your chin and your chest. And we've got 3 more to go here. Ribs to the hips, navel to the spine as we curl, really trying to flatten those lower abs. Use your pelvic floor contraction. Last one. Excellent, and resting down. Hug those legs in. Take a little break. And pause. Okay, we're going to be working into the upper back now. So we're just going to turn over onto your tummy. Brad will just have to shuffle down a little, make sure he's got plenty of arm space, because we're going to go into our breath stroke. So if you've been missing the swimming pool or the ocean, here's your breaststroke on land. So we're going to make sure we get the start position with your hands just either side of your head. We're going to just start to hover the upper body a little bit off the floor. We're going to scoop the abs up so we're not pushing the stomach out to the floor, and you want to feel like you're balancing on your lower ribs. Hover the hands just away from the floor as well. As we breathe out, we reach both hands straight up overhead, and then we circle the arms on the inhale all the way down. Bend the elbows and bring them back through. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, circle the arms wide. As we reach forward, think long. As we inhale, lift as if you're taking that breath out of the swimming pool or the ocean. Lift, good. And exhale, long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, long. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift. And last one. Inhale, lift. And then resting down. Excellent. Just rest your head onto your hands. Just going to do some single leg beats now. It is surprisingly difficult to coordinate these ones because we've got to do some ankle movement. And when we do that and you're not looking at your foot, it's sometimes a little bit tricky. But the movement, if you do it slow, will be easier. The better you are, the quicker you can do the movement. But we're going to be breathing out as we bring our leg with a bent knee up with a point, and then we ease off and we flex and come back again, and then we point as we stretch back down onto the floor. So it's a little breath out and then in to stretch down. So we come up with a point, ease off and flex, and then back down again. All right, now, when we're doing this, the key things we want to look for is relaxed in the shoulders, that the lower back's not starting to arch and the bum's not starting to lift up. So we're going to squeeze your buttock muscles, gently pull the tummy muscles up, keep those glutes squeezed throughout, and away we go. So breathing out, we come up with one leg, and flex, and point as we release. Come up and point, and flex, and release. Coming up with a point, and a flex, and release, and point, and flex, and release, and one more each side. Release, last one, and release. And hopefully you would feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of your thighs as well. We're going to push up with your hands now and come back into our shell stretch position just to get the lower back stretched out. Bottom on the heels, arms stretching long. All right. And then we're going to come up onto the hands and knees and do our 4-point kneeling swimmer. So we want the hands on the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. So we've got our nice neutral spine, little dip in that lower back, a little bit rounded through the upper back, chin tucked in. As we breathe in to prepare, we're going to breathe out, engage the abdominals, and we're going to reach the right hand forward and the left leg back. Now we're going to hold the arm and leg long, and we're going to breathe in to lower them down so that the toe and the fingertip just touch the floor. Exhale, lift back up again. Inhale down, we'll do 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, keep that lower back nice and steady, keep those abs working, and use the glutes. And lift, good, and then lowering back down underneath the body. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, left hand forward, right leg back. Inhale, just touch the floor, keep the arm and leg straight. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Good, 3 more. Keep scooping up with those abs. Only lift the arm and leg as high as you can go without overarching the back. Last one. Excellent, and rest down and back to shell stretch position again, just taking any pressure off the wrists as we get that nice breath in and out. Excellent. All right, and then rolling back up into a sitting position. We'll come into a sitting position. This time Brad's just going to have his legs out. Oh, actually, I was getting to spin around. It feels weird doing it the other way. So we're stacking up nice and tall, and we're just going to add some little obliques into our roll downs here. So we're going to be going halfway down, pausing, and then doing some little rotation movements from here. We'll do 2 each way before we take a break. So let's start up nice and tall. As we breathe out, we're going to roll back, tuck the tailbone under, hold there, and we're going to breathe in as we rotate to the right. Exhale, abs drawing in to come back to center. Inhale, left. Exhale, abs on to come back. Let's go 1 more each way. Navel to spine on the return. And back on the return. Hold, breath in, and exhale, curl forward. Good. Now remember, if you feel any trouble in your back, just don't roll down quite so far. And back up nice and tall for another set. Exhale, rolling down, tucking the tailbone. Just go where you feel comfortable. Breathing in, rotate right. Exhale, ribs to hips on the return. Inhale, exhale, return. Relax those shoulders. Last set. Back to center and return. Now hold there, and this time we're going to roll the rest of the way down to the floor. And relax the arms by your sides. Going into some pelvic bridges, and we're going to use the towel so that we can just activate the inner thigh muscles a little bit with these pelvic bridges today. So you just want to bundle your towel up into a nice decent sized roll and just pop that in between the knees, and we're just going to use that for some little inner thigh squeezes. So we want the feet and ankles fairly close together with this one. Arms are down by the sides. We're breathing in to prepare. We're going to breathe out. We're going to squeeze that towel, curl up through the hips and hold. Breathing in, and then as we exhale, we're going to pulse 2. Inhale for 2 pulses. Exhale for 2 pulses. In and out, and in and out. Last breath in and out, and hold for the breath in. And glutes on, abs on, lifting up again. Same thing again. Breathing in, pulse and out. Pulse. In, 2 and out. 2. In, 2 and out. 2. One more breath. And out. 2. Hold for the breath in. Breathe out. Roll down through the spine. Just remove that towel now. Feet together and let your knees drop out to the sides into a little butterfly or inner thigh stretch. Just stretching out through those inner thigh and groin muscles and getting that movement through the hips. And then coming back together again. Step the feet out just a little bit wider now. This time, bringing the arms straight up towards the ceiling. We're taking a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to roll up through the spine, squeezing into those glutes. Hold for the breath in and breathing out, rolling down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Breathing in, breathing out, glutes on, abs on, lifting up. Hold for the breath in and breathing out as we roll down. Let's go one more time here, glutes on, abs on, lifting up. Hold for the breath in, breathing out, rolling down. Excellent. And then we're going to lift up to do some little alternate heel lifts. So we're going to roll up into that bridge. Hold your position. So walk your feet just a little bit closer to your bum this time. And then we're going to think about trying to keep the pressure in the ball of your big toe. As you exhale, just lift one heel and breathing in to lower it down. Exhale, lift the other heel and lowering it back down. As we lift, keep that pressure into the ball of the big toe. Feel that work into the hamstrings and glutes. If you are cramping, just have a little rest or make sure you focus on those glutes and abs. Just going one more each side. Keep those ribs squeezing down. Hold for the breath and roll down through the spine. Now grab your towel. Nice and long this time. Let's hook the right foot up into the towel. Let the left leg drop down onto the floor. Now, try to get that knee nice and straight. Remember, if the knee isn't getting straight, just try to let that leg go a little further away from you. Maybe you need to use a longer towel as well. And then just make sure that we're keeping the shoulders relaxed. Relax the ankle. Really try to allow that ankle to move into the stretch and let that heel stretch out long. Make sure that left leg is also flat down on the floor. Bring that as high up towards you as you can. And then to move into that sciatic nerve stretch, we're going to bring the leg across the midline so it's over the opposite hip or aiming towards your opposite shoulder. Again, try to keep the knee nice and straight. To tweak that nerve a little bit more, you can try rolling your ankle inward, like what you would do if you sprained your ankle. So rolling in that away. Doesn't go any further.
No, it just hurts.
Sore hammy on the side for Brad. Excellent. Alright, and we'll release from there. We'll do the other side. So right leg going down now. Left foot should be up in the towel. This one goes a little bit further, being the uninjured side. Knee nice and straight, contracting those quadricep muscles. And again, remembering to try to allow that ankle to move. Let that foot flex down towards you. Lengthen up through the heel. Bring the leg just across the midline a little bit now so that you're aiming towards the opposite hip or shoulder. See if you can roll that ankle inward a little bit. Because as we roll the ankle inward, that just elongates the outside of the ankle, which is where the fibular nerve will run down. So it's great to do both positions when you're doing your stretches. And then we'll release from there. Brilliant. Okay, let's just relax down. We'll just do a couple of hip rolls now, so we're getting some rotation in the spine, working into our obliques as well. So we want to have your knees bent. Now you've got the option of two positions with this. You can either do the level 1, which is with your feet on the floor, or level 2, which is with your legs in tabletop position, which will work your oblique muscles a lot more. So we'll demonstrate level 1 first, and then we'll move into level 2 if you want to join us. So the arms can go wide with this. Now remember, we don't want to push down with the arm, so as soon as you start to feel you want to push into the arm, that you're twisting towards, stop, activate the abs, and return. So level 1, we're breathing in, we're rolling your knees together to the left-hand side, and then exhale, returning, using the abdominals, using those obliques. Inhale, we roll the other way, the left hip will lift, our left shoulder should stay on the floor and come back to center. If we want to do level 2, come into tabletop. Alright, so abs stronger, imprint your spine a little bit more with this one. Breathe in, let the knees roll, let the hip lift, but keep that opposite shoulder down. When you feel your weight pushing into the left arm, return. Breathing in, coming over to the right. Use that exhale and draw back to the center. Good, let's go 2 more. Each way, breathing in and exhale, navel to the spine as we return. Inhale, exhale, ribs pulling down, imprint. 1 more set. Exhale, return. Last one. And exhale, return, and hug those knees in towards you. All right, and then we're just going to try a couple of sexy frogs. Now with the sexy frog, it's a double leg lower, so that is quite challenging. So you've really got to watch that your lower back doesn't lift. It might only be a very small movement with this, but we're going to start with the legs in tabletop. We want your heels together, your knees turned out, your feet just soft, but again also turned out. We're going to keep the arms down by the sides. We're going to think about trying to get that lower back a little bit more imprinted. And we're going to breathe in as we lower the legs and then exhale to lift them back up to tables or to our butterfly position again. Exhale and return. Inhale to lower. Exhale, draw into those abs to return. Let's just do 3 more. Exhale, return. Again, only a small movement is fine. It's still going to work those abs really hard. Keep squeezing the glutes. Last one. And return. Good. And have a little rest. And then we're just going to repeat that same exercise, but this time in an ab prep position. So you should feel that working a lot more in the abs. You might even be able to take the legs a little bit lower because you'll have those upper abs switched on as well. So coming back up, heels together, knees turned out, hands in behind the head. Curl up and hold your ab prep position. Breathing in, the legs lower. Exhale, they lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, halfway, deepen that abdominal contraction. Remember, don't go too low if you feel your back starting to arch. Excellent. Last one, and then tucking in and having a rest down. Roll those legs around, do a few circles. And then we're going to just turn over onto your stomach, or onto your hands and knees. Push up onto your knees, and we're just doing a little hip stretch here. So bring your right foot forward. All right, just stretching out through the front of our hip flexors. So as we do this, we want to make sure that we've got that lower back nice and flat, abs pulling in, bum squeeze, and then just lunging a little way forward until you feel the stretch in the front of your left hip. Keep that breathing going. Watch that we don't start to hinge into the lower spine. Adding in a side stretch. Keep your right hand tucked in. Bring your left hand up to the ceiling. And exhale as we stretch over to the right. So you're getting that stretch right down the left hand side, through the stomach, down through the front of the hip. And returning back up. And we'll change the legs over. Left leg forward, right leg back. And again, tuck the bottom, scoop in the abs. Keep the glutes and abs on as we lunge forward. Feel that stretching through the front of the right hip or thigh. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. And then reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. Left arm down or tucked in and stretching over.
Reach down.
Brad likes to reach down, good tip. He likes to reach towards the floor with the left hand to help really facilitate that stretch and that lengthening on the right side. And releasing back off. Lovely. Just take that foot back behind you. Use your hands and tuck your toes under. to push yourself up and walk your way towards your toes. And then tuck that tailbone as we start to roll up through the spine. Nice breath in here. As we breathe out, tuck your chin towards your chest and just roll down about 3/4 of the way. Hold. Keep the chin tucked in. Gently, softly bend the knees and then let those arms just do little circular, pendular movements. Imagine all the blood just pulling down into your knuckles, making those hands swing nice and heavy. Slow the movement down and then change direction. Keep scooping the abs up. Keep the weight even on your front and the back of your foot. And then slow that movement down again until those arms come to a nice standstill. Engage the glutes and abs and re-stack up through the spine. Open through the chest and shoulders. And we're all done for today. Thanks for joining us.